Nope. And that's not because I'm not allowed to, but I honestly have no idea. They're writing season 4 right now, and I'm not going to see a script till maybe 2 weeks before we start shooting it. So all I can do is basically what the fans can do. I can read the 4th book, and it's going to be loosely based on that, but I have no idea if it's going to, it's probably not, it's definitely not going to be exactly the way the book is. They do change quite a bit. I met with Alan, but a year before I got a phone call, and I was shooting Generation Kill in Africa. I was out there for 7 months. So I met with Alan 10 months before, and then he called my agent and asked if I was available, and I wasn't. I was in Maputo in Mozambique. We had 2 months to go on the show, and I talked to him on the phone, and I was bummed because I was like, all right, this sucks. I was a big fan of his, and it sounded like a fun project, but I realized that they're starting now, and I'm in the middle of Generation Kill. I can't do it. So, but then the writer's strike happened in LA, so they pushed True Blood, and since we already had our scripts on Generation Kill, we were in production already. We weren't affected by the strike, so I was able to finish Generation Kill in Africa and then fly back to LA and start True Blood. Just an unforgettable experience. It was tough. We were out there in the Kalahari Desert for 7 months, and we shot 6 days a week. I think we shot for 145 days, and I worked 142 out of those 145 days. So you basically lived on set. You were either on set or in your bed. So it's a long time to be away from friends and family, but that said, it was just an amazing experience. It was my first big international job, and just the quality of the writing was phenomenal, and to be able to work with Ed Burns and David Simon, who did The Wire, and that's a pretty good first job to get for me, and also the importance of the story, and to do this with 3 reconnaissance Marines who were out there, part of first reconnaissance, that one of them played himself, and just an unforgettable experience. To this day, the most important job I've been part of. I've never worked for another network or television channel. Generation Kill was my first television job, and then True Blood is also an HBO show, obviously. So it's about creative freedom, I think, and they really trust the creators of their shows, like David Simon and Ed Burns, who did The Wire and Generation Kill, and Alan Ball, 6 Feet Under, and now True Blood. The amount of freedom they get, I think that's kind of, I don't know, like I said, I don't have that much experience with television, but I think that's quite rare, that they kind of trust the showrunners and just basically say, we trust you, we love you, we love your work, and just create something amazing and have fun. And then they kind of take a step back and let the showrunners just go with it, and they're not micromanaging it, and of course that's wonderful to work on in an environment like that, where the showrunner feels that he's got the support of the studio instead of like having to fight the studio all the time. Thank you, guys.